This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to the third of our triple header on OSN Today State Tournament Baseball. We had to wait for it, but we're here, we're ready, we're in Noble tonight as Newcastle Rangers take on the Blanchard Lions in the fourth of the 4A state quarterfinals here on OSN. Josh Calloway alongside Tom Carpenter. Jordan Ray's out there on the field roaming around here in Noble. It has been a long and wild and wacky day in Noble, and we get to close it out, Tom, with what should be a really fun one. Two good teams, two big rivals. This is like as good as it gets in high school baseball. This one's going to be fun.
And these are old schools. That's what
Yes.
I say. They've been around a long time, and most of the time they're in the hunt when it comes to the end of the season. So this is I'm looking forward to an exciting game.
It should be a really fun one, and we are thrilled to get to be here. We've already had two games on the network today, much earlier today. It's been quite the gap, a bigger gap than we anticipated when Carl Albert won this morning, which feels like a million years ago, over Sepulpa. And then to follow, we saw Collinsville run over Elgin. Those two teams will play each other tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the 5A semis. We'll have that game on OSN, and we may have a 4A semi to follow. That's up to the Racers. They get ready to take on the Lions in what should be a really fun ball game. Like we said, this is a major rivalry matchup. Obviously, most Racer fans tuned in realize that. Lions fans certainly as well. But for the casual observer, these two teams, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever, it's a big deal when these two schools get together.
They are not very far apart.
No, right? In the same little neighborhood there.
Right.
These two in Tuttle.
I guarantee you, and they know each other. They've played summer ball with each other.
Oh, yeah.
And they've known these guys since they were growing up, and that's always exciting to see. So I'm looking forward to it. I'd see a lot of names on here that well, I did see one for the Blanchard Lions. His last name was Vermillion, and that baseball field is named after Sonny Vermillion. So I'm going to guess he might be a relative.
Yeah, no, not a bad guess. So it should be a great one. Should be, two really good teams. Teams that had great seasons. Obviously, both Newcastle with 32 wins, Blanchard with 27 wins, and we should have a great ball game here. A later start than we anticipated, but should be a good one. Jordan Ray is standing by. He's waiting to talk to Newcastle head coach Jared King when he gets the opportunity. Looks like he's ready, so we'll go down to Jordan now.
All right, Coach King, first-year Newcastle coach. What do you think of the late start time?
Hey, it's a little different, but it's going to be exciting. There's a lot of people here to watch.
Okay, you chose Ryder Gibson to take the start for you. What made you decide to go with him?
He's been good all year. Got a good firm fastball, and he's a kid that we need to, in this kind of game. This is the one that needs to be throwing.
And what's the message to your team before they take the field?
They make all the routine plays and throw strikes, and we'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Hope to talk to you after the game, all right?
Thank you.
All righty, great to hear from Coach King. We are just about ready to get this one started. Newcastle defense is on the field, so we'll go ahead and go there first as we show the starting lineups. Newcastle in the field is what it looked like. Tyler Frazier is in left. In center, Landon Estep. Right field is Seamus McLaughlin. Around the infield, Lane Seaton at third. Austin Gibson, the shortstop. Gunnar King at second. Jackson Shaniel, probably your starting quarterback next fall for the Racers, plays first base. Caden Longman will be the catcher. And like Coach King said, Ryder Gibson on the bump for Newcastle here tonight in this state quarterfinal game. Starting the lineup for the Blanchard Lions, leading off is Bryson Carter. He's the center fielder. Batting second, Aiden Kilgore, the left fielder. Carson Howe, the shortstop, bats third. Vaughn McIntyre, the catcher, bats cleanup. Corrick Pierce, the third baseman, bats fifth. Kobe Madron, the second baseman, will bat sixth. Jackson Hurd, the first baseman, bats seventh. Braxton Millian, the DH, will bat in the eighth spot. And Caden Phelan, the pitcher, will bat for himself and bat ninth. So we are just about ready to go. Newcastle, like we said, going to be the home team. They're in the blue jerseys with white pants today. Black hats. Blanchard will be in the maroon jerseys. And these two schools are just a stone's throw from each other. It's been a long and, like I said, kind of wacky day here in Noble. Had a weather delay, which blew my mind when I heard that, Tom, because we're over at Edmond Santa Fe earlier, and it was beautiful. And then the Noble broadcast was right after us, Good and Telequad, and we said we were going over there later for this game. They said, oh, they've been delayed all day. They've had hail. I couldn't believe that.
I sent Jordan a text, just said, I looked at Newcastle's weather, and apparently they had a pretty good rainstorm and some hail.
Unbelievable.
So they got to delay that for an hour and a half. And last game went in extra innings, but I think we're going to be ready to go here.
Looks that way. The leadoff man for the Lions, Brayson Carter, into the box. And we are ready. Glad to be with you on a Thursday night, the third of our tripleheader. Hopefully it's a good one as the Racers battle the Lions. First pitch misses inside to Carter. And away we go in the 4A quarterfinals. One more spot to be punched in the 4A semis tomorrow. And it will go to one of these two Tri-City rivals. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1. The third member of that big Tri-City rivalry, Tuttle, is already through. They won the first game today, so been pretty good baseball played out in that area this year. 5 teams left in 4A, and 3 of them are the Tri-City teams.
I've umpired Tuttle, and I've umpired Newcastle. Both some pretty salty teams. Yeah. Tuttle was stout. They didn't give away much.
2-1, big cut and a miss. 2-2 now on Carter. See our title sponsor up in the corner of the screen. We'll be there throughout the broadcast. Community Bank of Oklahoma. We're the pick as we make banking simple again. Race toward the finish line with Community Bank of Oklahoma. Appreciate them helping us bring Newcastle Racers State Tournament Baseball on OSN. Big cut and a miss and a strikeout for Carter. Take a look at that one on the instant replay as a good start for Gibson as he strikes out the first man. That was nice. Good pitch. So one away, our first strikeout of the day presented by Focus Federal Credit Union. As this pitch in there for a strike to Aiden Kilgore.
Well, as an umpire, I can tell you that if you make half the fans happy, then you're doing your job.
That one's in there 0-2, so a good start for Gibson. He seems to have it humming a little bit early. We're talking about that with Jared Price, this morning in those 2 early games. The adrenaline of the state tournament for these pitchers, it's just whatever your max is, you add another couple MPHs.
Right. I mean, this is we watched the last game come down to one play, and it was just – oh, man,
brutal.
There was pressure that it's now history.
1-2 pitch on the way. Cut on and miss.
2 Ks.
2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Gibson. What a start. Another Focus Federal Credit Union strikeout. Focus Federal Credit Union for more than 65 years. Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our membership about all things financial by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. Stop by and experience the difference with our Tri-City branch at 1097 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member NCUA. This one fouled off down the left side by the 3-hole hitter, Carson Howell, the shortstop. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start this thing on the mound. That one just off, makes it 1-1. By Ryder Gibson. 1-1 on the way. Breaking pitch, bent, almost got it in there. Thought he did.
Yep,
off.
That was a good-looking pitch.
So the count goes to 2-1 on Howe. Gibson struck out the first 2 batters. This one will be in there for a strike. Makes it 2-2. Appreciate the hospitality here in Noble. You and Jordan were getting comfy here last week in the regionals. Good to be back here.
Oh, yeah. Nice people.
2-2 pitch on the way. Is bounced in there, so the count runs full on Howe. Blanchard trying to get a base runner aboard here in the first. Try to get something going against Gibson, get that early lead. Just so coveted. Get on the board first in these big state tournament games. Gibson's ready to go. 3-2 pitch. That one misses outside. And so it is a 2-out walk by Howe. And the first base runner of the day for the Lions. Brings up Vaughn McIntyre, the catcher, with a man on first here. And nobody out. By the way, that foul ball earlier. Make sure you got our foul ball sponsor in, which is Contemporary Family Dentistry. Their number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street. And give them a call at 405-387-9300. This ball in the dirt gets away from the catcher, and moving up to second there is Howe.
And you have to say it's in the carpet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Altered field here in Noble.
Their infield is all carpet, everything. And then the outfield's where they have problems when it rains a lot.
By the way, guys, here's the thing about Carson Howe. He will be a teammate next year of Carl Albert's Tanner Norman, both going to Murray State.
There you go. Some OSN connections there. We like it. This ball's hit into center,
Nice
driven
hit.
pretty well, and not going to get it. Diving out there and not able to make the play was Estep, and that's going to be an RBI double for Vaughn McIntyre into deep left center. Lions on the board first. That ball was driven out there right off the bat. It was clearly going to be trouble.
Looked like a good lob wedge, just kind of
Yeah.
peeked over the shortstop, and then it kind of died on him. And he could have used a little more help from the left fielder because he dove for it, and then he had to get back up and scramble for it after he missed it.
Not a bad, really, jump by Estep, but that ball just was tailing away from him, and it was scalded pretty good. So it's a double for McIntyre, and it puts Blanchard on the board first. 0-1 now the count on Corrick Pierce, the third baseman, the man on second, and 2 outs. So Gibson struck out the first 2 guys, just blew them away, but then a walk, McIntyre doubles, and just like that, Blanchard's on the board first, 1-0. 0-1 on the way from Ryder Gibson, being very deliberate here, and he's actually going to have to wait a little bit. Pierce takes time.
Well, I think we're going to see a high-scoring game. I could be wrong. I mean, other 2 games that I saw today here were pretty low-scoring, but I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams can hit.
This one misses low, makes it 1-1. First game today we had on OSN was 0-0 into the 6th. Carl Albert able to get a run on a defensive miscue, which is sometimes all it takes. And then Cash Ferris finished the job from there. Second game of the day, all Collinsville, taking down Elgin 9-0 in that game down there in Edmond, Santa Fe. This one's bounced in. It's been a wild day of baseball here in Noble. The game right before us, the wackiest of them all. As in extra innings, Chickasha walked off Elk City. That's who the winner of this game will see tomorrow back here on this field would be Chickasha. 2-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Just missed off the outside edge, 3-1. How quickly it can kind of wobble on you. I mean, those first 2 batters, Gibson just sailed right through them. 2 quick strikeouts. 3-1 now. Chopper to third, high chopper. Be fielded cleanly, fire across the diamond. Got him. Nice play at third base there by Lane Seaton off the carpet, as you say. That creates that high chop. But he fielded cleanly, made the throw across the diamond. And that will end the top of the first. We'll stick here through the in between the innings. That way we can tell you about the defense for Blanchard and the lineup for the Racers. We'll start with the Newcastle lineup. This is what it'll look like when they come to bat here in just a moment. Tyler Frazier, the left fielder, will lead it off. Lane Seaton, the third baseman, bats second. Jackson Shinuel bats third. Todd Smith, the DH, great lineman in football. The DH bats cleanup. Ryder Gibson, the pitcher, bats fifth. Caden Logman, the catcher, bats sixth. Gunnar King, the second baseman, in the 7 hole. Austin Gibson, the shortstop, bats eighth. And then Seamus McLaughlin, the right fielder, rounds it out. For Blanchard defensively, here's how it'll look. Aiden Kilgore in left, Bryson Carter in center, Camden Hall in right court, Pierce at third, Carson Howe at short, Kobe Madron at second, Jackson Hurd at first, Caden Phelan on the mound, and then Vaughn McIntyre will be behind the dish for Blanchard. So the Lions get that early lead as they strike first. And this is kind of what I was talking about with Jared earlier, where, you know, you'd rather be the home team, generally speaking.
Always.
But the one time where it's nice to be the road team is in these big games when you have a chance to get the lead first before the other team ever gets a chance to hit. And that's what Blanchard did. So now Newcastle's kind of behind the 8 ball before they ever even hit. You know, that's the one time. If they go scoreless there, it flips right back over. But that top of the first is the one kind of tricky spot when you're the home team. And so Blanchard able to do exactly what they set out to do, get an early lead, and the Lions are on the board first. And we'll see what they can do defensively here in the bottom half as we'll get a look at Caden Phelan, the starting pitcher for Blanchard. Now, Jordan, you talked to Blanchard head coach earlier in the week, and with no hesitation, he said Phelan was his guy for this state tournament opener, which is usually a good sign.
Scott, his fastball, according to the coach, ranges from 88 to 91, and just likes his command. And, you know, but the whole entire lineup, that's his 9. I mean, 10 actually, because he has a position player out in the outfield that's DH for. But that's the lineup he feels confident with. He uses those guys just about every game, is what he told me. And of course, Blanchard is, you know, they're on a roll as a baseball program. Them and Tuttle have been alternating one-run championship game results the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Newcastle can interrupt that.
That's what the Racers are trying to do. They're trying to break through on that. Coach Josh Rainey for the Blanchard Lions. So here come the Racers now. Tyler Frazier, the left fielder, will lead it off with Newcastle in an early hole, a small hole, but a hole, 1-0. Against the Blanchard starting pitcher, Caden Phelan. First pitch in there for a strike.
But I can't emphasize enough, Josh, how packed this place is down here.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
the Racer fans are completely surrounded their dugout.
Yeah, it is packed to the gills. A lot of people that don't have any sort of a seat. They're just kind of standing around. It is a massive crowd, which we speculated it might be. It always is. I had the benefit, obviously, on OSN to do some of these Newcastle Blanchard football games the last few years, and this is how it always is, foul ball. And, Jordan, you and I did Newcastle Tuttle basketball a season or two ago, same way. I mean, you couldn't fit another person in that place. These Tri-City games are just always a big deal.
It's just a short ride to Noble for him.
Yep, that helps. And the evening helps. And a big swing and a miss as Frazier goes down on strikes, blew it right by him. And a good start for Phelan, a 3-pitch strikeout.
Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Lane Seaton.
So, one gone on the strikeout, same start that Gibson had, and brings up Lane Seaton, the third baseman, lefty for the Racers. As Phelan sets and fires. That one.
Got to hit the umpire.
Mishandled. Yeah, umpire. You can empathize more than anybody.
I can. And the catcher's usually pretty sorry, especially early in the game. They think it affects us that much. It doesn't affect us. We're going to call what we're going to call.
Yeah. This ball's fouled off the left side. That'll get out of play. Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball. Count goes to 1-1 with one out here in the bottom of the first. This is a 4A state quarterfinal game on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter up in the booth. Jordan Ray down field level. Ooh, that one just gets away. That went all the way to the backstop. That made a couple of people sitting behind home plate jump a little.
That includes me because that's where I'm positioned right now. I can't be in the Newcastle dugout. It's so packed over there.
Yeah, I see you now. You're right here in front of us. 2-1 the count after that one slipped away out of the hand of Phelan. That one misses up and in, so 3-1. Little opportunity here in a hitter's count for the lefty hitting Seaton. Racers fans get a ball forward chant as the 3-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes full. And that was what was impressive this morning in that Carl Albert game was the student section. Very similar here for this game. A lot of students here, very engaged.
Foul.
Great environment as this one's fouled off again. So staying alive.
That was smoked. That had some velocity to it. Glad I didn't park over there.
I'm parked way too far away to worry about any foul balls. As that one misses high, and wow.
I'm not.
That was the biggest bat flip I've ever seen on a walk as Seton launched that thing. And we got a one-out base runner here for Jackson Shanuel. Like I said, for Racer football fans, got to figure Shanuel heavily in the running for the starting quarterback job next fall. After 3-year starter Jackson Burt's career came to an end. Shanuel, who's been the backup last couple of years. They've used him in kind of certain packages. He's seen the field plenty. You know, he's the number 2 guy. And he's batting 3-hole for the baseball team in the state tournament. Not bad. Pitch low. 1-0. Shanuel, obviously a big kid. A lot of power.
He doesn't look like an option quarterback. He looks more like a passer to me.
He can do a little of both. He's kind of like Blake Bell. 1-1. They put him in as they'd use him in kind of more run situations typically, but he's got a cannon. 1-1. Rocket foul the other way. That one got out towards some cars. And it made
that was close to mine, yeah.
I'll say
that's
that,
where Jordan was at.
based off the crowd reaction, that it might have got somebody's car because the crowd will tell you. So it's 1-2 now to Phelan to Shanuel. Ground ball right to short. Taylor made double play if they can turn it. Flip to second, back to first. Good dig, got him. A perfect 6-4-3 double play retires Shanuel, and it's a scoreless first inning for Phelan. So after 1, it's Blanchard 1, Newcastle 0. This is the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, back here at Noble High School, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Blanchard leading Newcastle 1-0 as we head to the second inning. Due up for the Lions here will be 6-7-8. Kobe Madron will lead it off.
Second baseman number 33, Kobe Madron.
Now, I don't know for a fact. It's probably a safe assumption, but for Oklahoma, the Sooners, they're one of their best hitters, Bryce Madron, a Blanchard High School alum. Got to go ahead and assume there's some relation here.
There must be something, I'm sure.
First pitch in there for a strike. So 0-1.
By the way, these teams split earlier in the season, and what's interesting is talking to both coaches, they both said that the game that they lost was not indicative of their team. And I believe both of them, they probably did not have their best pitcher on like we see here. But it is interesting that these teams, besides being familiar with each other regionally wise, they have played each other twice.
1-1 pitch is low, 2-1. It's kind of an unusual first inning for Gibson. If you tuned in a little late, struck out the first two guys, just blew them away, but then walked double in the left center gap, put the Lions on the board. Got Pierce to ground out to end the inning, but An early lead for Blanchard. It's now 2-2 on Madron.
He's bringing the heat, too.
Yeah, he's got some zip. And that one catches the outside edge. Got him looking. Didn't think that was in there. A little bit of a delayed call. Build the drama. And got a strikeout here to open the top of the second. Focus Federal Credit Union strikeout.
I'm the toughest guy when it comes to, they say you need to take a breath and make your call. Well, that's tough to do.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But if you just a second, then you make that strike call that goes, he wasn't sure. Oh, come on.
First pitch misses outside to Jackson Hurd, the first baseman. 1-0 the count. Gibson 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Always seems to be pounding that low and outside edge, especially on righties. He's kind of liking that zone right now. 1-1 bounces low, 2-1. Final game of the day on OSN, our triple header. Hopefully everybody's been along all day. It's been a long day for Jordan and I, but
I just hope this isn't the first game of tomorrow morning.
yeah, that's for a while it was not clear at all when this game would start. I was thinking it's a sick thought, but I had it for just a moment of our first game was at 11. What if our next game starts at 11 the opposite way? Thankfully, we got on the field quicker than that. Ground ball to third, foul off the third base bag. The way those pitchers were throwing it around in that Chickasha Elk City game, I was a little nervous. But ended up ending in the 8th, right? 8th?
Right. And it shouldn't have.
yeah. If you didn't see it, it's an all-timer. I'm sure there's clips around. 2-2 pitch misses high. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Chickasha pop up and a drop on a routine pop-up. Can of corn pop-up to let the winning run score. Which you see it. We saw it. It wasn't quite as dramatic as the 3-2 misses inside. That'll be a walk. Another big bat flip on a walk as Hurd reaches. We saw it in our first game, Carl Albert in Sapulpa. It wasn't the drama of a walk-off situation, but the only run that scored was on a defensive just miscue, just a bad throw. Let a runner score. That was it. 1-0 final. That's what determines these games sometimes. So the walk puts Hurd on, and that'll bring up the DH Braxton Milligan, the 8-hole hitter. He takes first strike. Milligan listed at 6'3", 200 pounds.
Another big boy.
Yeah, I had to find it because he just had to look. That one catch the outside edge. So against these righties, Gibson's really hanging out on that outside part of the plate. Getting calls out there, and he's going to continue to try and smash that zone. 0-2, big cut and a miss, struck him out. We're going to look at that one on the instant replay.
Now batting pitcher,
good pitch by Gibson.
He threw it so hard his hat fell off.
He's had that happen a couple times, which I guess is a good sign. You combine that with the cabbage up there. He's got some good hair going. Hat has to come off. That's what has to happen. Line drive into left field. It's going to be a base hit here for Phelan, the opposite pitcher. So the first pitch after Milligan strikes out is a single for Phelan. And there's now runners on first and second with 2 out for the top of the order. So an opportunity here for Blanchard to try and pad this lead a little bit. Get some more room for their pitcher in Phelan. So we're back to the top with Carter. Carter struck out swinging his first time.
Let's see who they sent out to courtesy run. Who's that?
Yeah, you got a number there.
22, that's Blaine Fust.
What a name, Blaine Fust.
I had to look at it twice when I was transferring the names from the list they gave us.
So he's going to come in to be the courtesy runner for Phelan. Runners on first and second, 2 out. First pitch bent in there for a strike. Gibson's got some nice stuff. Ball's really zipping out of his hand, both the fastball and those breaking pitches. He's ahead 0-1 on Carter. That one bounced in there. Good pick by the Newcastle catcher, Longman.
Yeah, it's good, especially on this carpet. You can see him sometimes bounce over their head. It hits, or gets between their legs and hits the umpire in the leg.
You know something about that?
I know a little bit about that.
1-1 here with 2 outs and 2 men on. Big spot early in this game. 1-1, ground ball to third, fielded cleanly. He'll step on the bag right in front of him. Nice play at third base. He's had a couple over there already. Has Seaton. And Gibson is out of the jam. After an inning and a half, it's Blanchard 1, Newcastle 0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
An insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light. You think all of a sudden their insurance company is going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
Your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back here in Noble, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter in the booth, Jordan Ray down field level for this 4A state quarterfinal. Appreciate you being with us on a late night, 9 p.m.-ish start to this game, sometime around there, after a little after 9. But we're glad to be here. Been a day.
It was after 9, yes.
Well, I'm an old guy, but I'm retired, so I can sleep in the morning, unless we have an early game.
Yeah. There's going to be these teams won't have to play until 1:30. Still a little bit of a quick turnaround for myself and potentially Jordan. We're going to have to be back at Edmond Santa Fe for 11 a.m. first pitch tomorrow, but we'll worry about that when we get there. As we go to the bottom of the second, my favorite player on the football team at the plate right now, Taj Smith, the big DH. He takes for a strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Taj, the best offensive lineman and defensive lineman on the Racers, goes both ways. He's a dominant player on both sides. Really fun player, fun personality as well. He's been on the coach's show with Billy Collier during the week, during the season.
He's a big boy, that's for sure. Yeah, he is.
You can tell. If I gave you a guess, you probably would have guessed line.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he is. 1-1 on the edge in there for a strike, 1-2.
Is that a natural hair color for him?
I don't know. I think so. Now, natural probably not, no.
I see some blonde, straight hair coming out from the back of that helmet.
Yeah, his football helmet, I've never noticed it. It might be a new addition. I'm not sure. 2-2.
Some guys do it when they get in the playoffs or get to the.
That's true.
Get to the big show.
That's very true. 3-2 now after that one just missed.
He's a little shorter, so he's that compact strike zone. And he's shown a good eye here these last 2 pitches.
3-2, and Jordan jinxed him. Got him looking. Jordan, that one on the inside, outside edge.
I won't do that again.
Jordan has a tendency to do that.
Number 12, Ryder Gibson.
Racer faithful, not going to be a fan of Jordan after that one. So got him looking, and one away here for Ryder Gibson, the opposing pitcher for Phelan. Phelan got a hit off of Gibson, so we'll see if Ryder can return the favor for the Racers. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. Phelan sets and fires. Breaking ball dropped in there.
Good looking pitch.
Yeah. our kind of vantage point here, we're similar to what the camera shot is, and you can really see the bend on those. 2-2, right down the gut. Got him looking again.
Set down.
Phelan is pumping in strikes. Back-to-back Focus Federal Credit Union strikeouts looking. That's 3 early for Phelan. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Jordan, where are you at now? Are you getting a good view of these? Yeah, I see you. You're down in front. You getting a good view of these pitches from Phelan?
Yes, and they are intimidating and well located.
There comes Caden Longman. He'll take a strike. Longman, I mentioned Shaniel's probably starting quarterback. Longman will be in that mix. He's a younger quarterback on the football team. Very athletic, very, very fast. If he gets on base, he can move around the bases.
Well, the times I've seen quarterbacks also play catcher in baseball, they've had cannon arms.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when I saw him play catcher because you just kind of, most catchers seem to just be, guys a little bit bigger. Caden, not a real big guy. Ground ball to short. He's going to get to show off that speed, and it's bobbled, and he's going to reach. And maybe the speed played a part in that, as Blanchard shortstop Carson Howe knew he had to hurry a little bit, and he just bobbled it.
And, Tom, this looks like the Midwest City catcher, Rideau. He's a catcher you don't courtesy run for.
No.
I would not. No, that doesn't make, as far as the speed goes,
Looks like he's got some wheels.
And he is going to get courtesy run. Okay, I'm a little surprised by that. But makes sense. I'm sure they have another speedy guy to run for him. And
15, did I get that?
25, looks like. 25.
25, okay.
Which, for the Racers, is Jackson Robertson. Racer student section getting into it with the Blanchard student section. Again, we mentioned at the top, and anybody tuned in from these two schools knows, but again, for the casual observer, this is a huge rivalry matchup. These schools not super friendly, put it that way. Runner on first with 2 outs for Gunnar King.
Nice throw. Catcher tried to get a back pick. Tried to get a good back pick, and he was close. It was a good throw.
By the way, guys, this is the coach's son here.
Yeah, good call. Coach Jared King. His son Gunnar playing second base and batting 7th. 0-1 pitch. Off the outside edge, 1-1. Bottom of the second, this 4A state quarterfinal winner will face Chickasha tomorrow in the semis on this field. Try to get to the 4A title game, which will be Saturday morning at Bricktown Ballpark in OKC.
Fans didn't like that call. I thought it was a pretty good call because it looked like it was off the plate and up a little.
2-1 coming. That one, that was another nice pick. These catchers, both ways, have been impressive. McIntyre scooping that one. Holds the runner at first, and it's 3-1. Have a little conference here at the mound as Blanchard, second baseman, Madron's going to come talk to Phelan for a moment.
Yeah, and so some of these guys could have played summer ball together, and he's going, he don't like a high one. Throw a high one out there or something.
That's probably true. I mean, there's a lot of familiarity. These communities are really close together. 3-1. Ooh, on the outside edge. King thought it was off. And so the count runs full. Could work out better for Newcastle because the runner at first will now get a head start. Ball in the gap probably gets you a run with the head start. We'll see. Obviously, some variables there, but certainly a possibility. So 3-2, 2 out. Runner will get a jump at first as Newcastle trying to get on the board. Swing and a miss. He blew it right by him. And Phelan has some words for King as he comes off. This game's spicy early. We're through 2. Blanchard leading Newcastle 1-0 on the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, we head to the third inning here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle and Blanchard 4A quarterfinals. As we move to the third inning, a good start for Blanchard. They have an early lead as we move to the third. That ball's popped
right
up.
in the middle.
Should be playable for Longman. Now it's going to move into foul ground. Two guys run into each other, and nobody's going to get it.
Oh, that ball was tailing off. That's hard to see when it goes up above the lights and then comes back down.
Yeah.
And that's where that ball went. And I as a former catcher, I can tell you how hard that is.
Yeah, those ones right behind the plate are brutal. And
those
Seaton,
you need to get those, so you got to get them.
Seaton, the third baseman for Newcastle, came crashing in trying to help his guy out, and they kind of ran into each other. I don't think it would have mattered, as that thing was moving a lot. So a second life here for the Blanchard two-hole hitter, Aiden Kilgore. Kilgore struck out swinging his first time. Breaking pitch
he liked
in
it.
there. Ooh, baby, that was nice. 1-2. By the way, now that you pointed out the dye in the hair thing, yeah, every player in Newcastle's got that dyed blonde hair. So to answer your question about Dodge Smith, no, not now.
Okay.
Struck him out swinging. Nice pitch by Gibson there. That's a Focus Federal Credit Union strikeout, and there's one gone.
Now batting shortstop, number 9, Carson Howell.
So Kilgore struck out a couple times and brings up Carson Howell, the shortstop. He walked his first time and then scored after McIntyre, who's on deck, doubled him in. That one bounced low, 1-0. Ground ball to the third base side, fielded at short, a long throw going the wrong way. That's going to be an easy infield single. That's a really tough throw for Austin Gibson, the Racers shortstop, and an infield knock for Howe.
Definitely a single. You wouldn't call that an error.
No way.
Single by Howell brings up the catcher.
So the base knock puts up McIntyre. He was up in this same spot, only with 2 outs in the first inning, man on first, and he drove one, the lefty, into the left center gap. A just rocket that tailed away, got in between the outfielders, and drove in that runner, and that's the one run on the board at this point, still early here in the top of the third. Gibson pitch misses high and away, 1-0. Check the runner. Nice pick at first base there for Shanuel. Don't need to be given any extra bases in this one, the way these pitchers are throwing. Boy, you can't see it on the camera shot. We have to lean forward, but there are so many people down the foul line. It is such a huge crowd.
I pulled up, and, we had 2 games that had overlapped game times. When I saw those cars, I went, oh, no, I know there's not that many stands in there. I don't care how many people bring their chairs.
I'm a solid mile away from the park where my car is positioned right now. Rip foul, 1-2. Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball. One and two with one gone. It's 1-0 Blanchard in this 4A quarterfinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We appreciate you being with us on a late Thursday night. This game about 2.5 hours or so delayed thanks to weather, and then an extra innings game to boot. Kind of felt like we were in for a wacky one here with just the start time, the rivalry, just kind of all of it. Felt like we were set up for some shenanigans in this game, as a big swing and a miss got him up high. Another strikeout. Both these pitchers kind of piling up the strikeouts. As you get a look at that one here, as Gibson got McIntyre to swing under it.
Third baseman number 8, Corey Pierce.
And there's now 2 gone. So it brings up Corey Pierce. He grounded out to third his first time, and he hits this one hard into the left center gap. That's going to get all the way to the wall as it's misplayed out there in center. And just as he did earlier, scoring from first base is Carson Howe. It's an RBI triple for Corey Pierce. That ball was stung. And the Lions lead it 2-0. That had a good sound off the bat, didn't it?
Triple by Pierce.
Yes, it did. And
second baseman number 33, Kobe Madron.
Coach is going to go out and talk to the Racers pitcher.
Yeah, Coach King out to have a meeting on the mound here.
I don't think he'd pull him out, but I know he's going to talk to him.
Now, the way that Fallant has thrown the first couple innings, and it's early, but the way he's thrown the first couple innings, you don't really feel like getting in a big hole is recommended. Not that it is normally, but these state tournament openers, you typically pretty much get everybody's ace for the most part. So it's now 2-0 Lions after that ball was smoked into the left center gap.
Yeah, because there's no loser's bracket once you get to this point.
Nope. Pitch misses high, 1-0. This is Kobe Madron, the second baseman. He struck out looking his first time. Gibson ready and misses outside, 2-0. 2 outs and a man on third base for the Lions, who lead it 2-0 over Newcastle. Winner here to see Chickasha tomorrow in the semifinals. That's a 1:30 first pitch back here in Noble. Fouled off the right side. 4A title game set for 11 a.m. on Saturday at Bricktown Ballpark in Oklahoma City. The 5A title game to follow, that one at 2, and then the 6A title game to close it out at 5. It's going to be a great day of baseball at Bricktown Ballpark on Saturday. 2-1 with 2 outs. And again, fouled off the right side, 2-2.
Got to call one of the games at the Brick this year. It was kind of fun. They bring in some high school teams from around the state, and they came in and played and saw some pretty good baseball. And the kids were just, you can tell they were so excited just to be at the field. Of course, I was too, but
I liked the opportunity as well. If Newcastle or Carl can oblige. Meanwhile, a base hit into left here for Madron. It's another 2-out RBI. All of Blanchard's runs in this game have come with 2 outs. As Madron drops that one into left field, scores the run, and it's 3-0 Lions.
Brings up first baseman number 17, Jackson Hurd.
This is the first game we've had on the network where we're really seeing one team hit the ball hard.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't have even said that about Collinsville, even though they got to 9 runs.
Yeah, 9 runs on 4 hits earlier, which is a wacky stat line. But yeah, right now Blanchard is squaring up some baseballs right now, and they have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the third. Boy, those 2-out runs are just so painful if you're Newcastle. All 3 have come with 2 outs. You're one good pitch away from the inning being over. Instead, you're looking at 3 runs on the board right now. Still a long way to go, but a good start for the Lions. So in the box now, this is Jackson Hurd. He walked his first time. Ground ball to third, and it's through. Another hard hit ball. That's going to be a single for Hurd. And there's now 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Single by Hurd brings up the DH, number 6.
You wonder if Coach King will make a move soon. I mean, you just can't really afford to wait too long in these, like you said, there is no tomorrow. And it's one and done. You can't mess around too much. So runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the third. For Braxton Milligan, the DH. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1. Boy, it feels like if you're Blanchard right now, you're smelling blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
a 3-0 lead. You're thinking, man, if we can put up another run or two, the way our guy's throwing. 0-1 pitch from Gibson, and now actually Milligan's going to step out, taking a little too long. Breaking pitch in there for a strike, 0-2.
He kind of bailed out of there a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought I'd been swinging at that one. That was a good pitch.
That one bounces away. Lawman blocks it. Runner takes off for second. Throw down. Got him. What a throw by Longman. That was a C down to second. And a pitcher's best friend as the inning is over right there. So after the end of 2.5, Blanchard scores 2 in the third to take a 3-0 lead here in the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
All right, back here in Noble. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We move to the bottom of the third in this 4A quarterfinal matchup between the Blanchard Lions and the Newcastle Racers. Want to make sure we again thank our title sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Community Bank of Oklahoma, helping us bring you Newcastle Racers baseball in the state tournament. A great day. We've had 2 games on our airwaves already. Our third one here in Noble.
Number 11, the shortstop, Austin.
So we go to the bottom of the third. Blanchard leading Newcastle 3-0. Racers trying to cut into this deficit a little bit. It'll be Austin Gibson, the shortstop, to lead off. 8-9-1 due up for Newcastle here in the third.
And Austin is Ryder's brother.
Double Gibson in the lineup for the Racers. Pitch misses high. Austin Gibson for Newcastle, the older. He is a junior, Ryder a sophomore, getting the start in this state tournament quarterfinal. Cut the miss, 1-1. Falon misses inside, 2-1. Been a good start for Falon. Hasn't allowed a hit yet, and he has 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. That ball's ripped to third and right on cue. There's a base hit. That's going to get down into the corner. Rounding first is Gibson. He tripped. And he'll have to go back as he tripped rounding first. He might have had to hold anyway. It's a pretty good job by Kilgore out and left, getting to that ball and getting it in quickly. But nevertheless, it's a base hit for Newcastle, their first of the day.
Number 7, Seamus McLaughlin.
And we'll see if that opens the floodgates at all for Newcastle.
You know, Sonny Vermillion Fields there in Blanchard. And I can tell you what, they have a wall that's on the other side of first base where the home team stays. And they have a bunch of, let's say, retired gentlemen they call the yard birds. I call them the wall birds because they're always on that wall. And Sonny Vermillion himself has been there a time or two to, I won't say heckle, but just, share their love for the officials.
Sure.
I mean, these are hardcore fans from both teams. I mean, I can't. It's an ocean on both sides.
Yeah, it's really amazing. A lot of people here for the state tournament game, this rivalry matchup. Really cool. The bunt dropped down by Seamus McLaughlin. Thrown at second. They got him back to first. Throws wide of the mark. And McLaughlin is going to round first and get to second. Blanchard is demanding that obstruction gets called at second. It's not happening. So McLaughlin is into second. That was a wild play.
You run the replay? Let's see it.
Yeah, so the throw went high back in. That was wacky. So Seamus McLaughlin is going to reach.
He was pumped, too, and that wasn't a good bunt. It actually worked opposite of what they wanted because they had the out at second, but then
it worked,
errant throw.
For Newcastle, they got the job done at the end of the day. Not at all how they intended, but man
not the base where they were
man
to
at
be
second, one out was the objective there. That's where they're at. And Blanchard, head coach here, Josh Rainey, came storming out. He immediately wanted some obstruction there at second base for the runner Gibson sliding into the thrower, but didn't get it.
Now, Tom, how often is that even called?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
The home plate umpire is supposed to be watching it, but this is a three-man crew, so they may have I'm not sure. I'd have to look in the book, see who's supposed to be calling it. But when there's a two-man team, usually the home plate umpire will be watching that. And I'll call it from out there in the field, too. When I see it, there's an obvious when you have a clean slide and then you don't. And I didn't see what the actual play was, but I was looking at the double play like everybody else.
First pitch misses inside. We're back to the top of the order for Newcastle with Tyler Frazier. He struck out swinging his first time. I was going to ask you, what constitutes the obstruction? If you slide into the bag, are you always good, or if you make contact?
Pretty much. That's pretty safe.
Ground ball to second, fired over, and Frazier is retired. Runner moves up to third with 2 outs.
Because you don't have to slide. That's in the rule book. You don't have to slide, but you have to get down or out of the way. You have to give it up. If you know you're out, you need to give it up. Well, the coaches have always said for years when I was a kid playing, take him out.
Yeah.
Break it up. Break the double up.
Yeah, that's in more old school baseball. Yeah. You see, even in the pro game, that's pretty much eliminated. Those collisions at second.
Injuries they want to prevent.
Yeah. So a man on third, 2 outs here for Seaton, the third baseman. He takes a strike. Seaton walked his first time.
This is Newcastle's opportunity to get something on the board.
Yeah. And now 0-2. Fallon's a strike away from working out of some trouble here after he gave up his first hit. And then the hijinks on the bunt. But a chance to get out of it unscathed on the scoreboard. 0-2 pitch, fouled off. Good cut, though. It's a Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball. And they'll do it again, 0-2. That was a pretty good rip on that 0-2 pitch. See if he can connect on this one. Lane Seaton, the lefty hitting third baseman. Big swing and a miss. Fallon, another strikeout. He's starting to pile those up. And another scoreless inning for the Blanchard Lions. After 3, it's Blanchard 3, Newcastle 0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
After 3 innings of play, pitch count.
All right, back here in Noble. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter, Jordan Ray with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We move to the 4th inning with Blanchard leading Newcastle 3-0 for a state quarterfinal, the final leg of our triple header on OSN today. Jordan, where are you at? The 6 games we did on the first day of the state tournament, the triple header today, energy level comparison.
I think I'm okay today, but it still was rough. That was quite a drive from Edmond Santa Fe to Noble.
Yeah. Yeah, the journey is a little tough. Obviously, for my other job, I drive from my home in Oklahoma City down to Norman a lot, but the Noble drive's about another 10 minutes tacked on. And so I kind of felt those 10 minutes because you take the same exit that you would if you're going to the basketball arena at LNC or Eldon Mitchell Park, but you got to go another 10, 15 minutes. That kind of hurt a little bit.
And for me, it was during rush hour.
My brain, it felt like I was close to my destination when in reality I wasn't. Yeah, I got to wait a little bit because that Oak City Chicken Shake game, I knew that thing was, when I saw it hadn't even started yet, I said, all right, let's slow my roll a little bit here. So we go to the 4th. Pitch misses inside. This is Milligan back up there. He was up, but a caught stealing ended the last inning, so he starts over against Gibson. And now he's ahead 2-0. Been a full and fun day of baseball on OSN. We look forward to bringing you some more tomorrow. Carl Albert and Collinsville at 11 a.m. 5A semifinal. Going to be a good one. Pitch misses low, 3-0. We could have a 4A semifinal to follow if Newcastle can rally here. Still plenty of time in the 4th inning. 3-0 pitch from Gibson. In there for a strike, 3-1. In there for a strike again on the outside edge. Outside part of the plate to right-handers. That's been the theme from Gibson. That's been his strategy, his plan of attack. It's largely worked out pretty well. This ball is fouled off on the right side. But like Jordan noted, during the break, we were chatting, Blanchard 6 hits in this game. I mean, that's a pretty good number through 3 innings. We haven't seen a ton of offense in the first 2 games we did today. And there's ball 4.
Can't do that. Can't put runners on base.
Especially not the leadoff
Walk
man.
by Milligan brings up the pitcher.
So a walk.
Number 2, Caden Phelan.
So Phelan will come up. He singled his first time. He's got a man on base here trying to help himself out in the top of the 4th. In there for a strike, 0-1. Kind of showed bunt there for a moment. Oh, 0-1 coming from Gibson. Misses inside. Again, showed bunt. Don't hate it for Blanchard. I mean, you're looking at the way your guy's throwing. Get another run on the board. Just kind of pad that lead out if you can. Move him up.
Guy in scoring position.
Yeah. And a foul ball on a bunt attempt. Now it's 1-2. Probably goes out the window now. Don't typically see a lot of bunting with 2 strikes.
Although I have this year. It is a rare
Seen it
thing
more
to
often?
see. I've seen one this year, and the guy got on base,
Also,
too.
how about that? My next question was, did it work out?
Third baseman had backed up, and the first baseman didn't charge, and, I mean, he put it right down the line. And Piedmont had a kid a few years back that he bunted every time he was up to bat.
Well, there you go. 1-2 bunt, and it goes foul. So that's a strikeout. Right on cue. So they went ahead and tried it anyway, but Fallon can't keep it fair, and that is I think that goes in the books as a strikeout, doesn't it? Is that a strikeout?
Yeah, that's a dentistry strikeout or whatever they were. That's the credit union, sorry.
Yeah, Focus Federal Credit Union strikeout. Contemporary Family Dentistry is a foul ball. And also, you're right, though, Jordan. That was a Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball. That's our first double.
It was both, yeah.
I think that's the only situation where you can get them both. In fact, it's definitely the only situation where you can get them both. So 1-0 now as we go back to the top of the order with Carter. Carter so far today struck out swinging and then grounded out to third. Blanchard with a man on first base here in the top of the fourth inning. That one goes behind the batter. What a catch.
Wow.
The board has it 1-1. Did that first pitch? I thought that first pitch missed, but the board has it in the ballpark as 1-1 now. We'll go with that.
Well, I have a poll between me and the scoreboard, so
we're battling. The board's got it 1-1. I had it as 1-0 before that pitch, so could easily be wrong. Umpire hasn't had any qualms with it. Ground ball to third, right to him. Possible double play here. Throw down a second, and they'll settle for the one. Carter was moving way too fast. But they do get the force out. Nice throw down from Seaton. He's had a couple nice plays down there at third base for the Racers, has Seaton. And there's now 2 away for Aiden Kilgore. Kilgore's had a tough go against Gibson so far. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Just off the outside edge. 1-0 now to Kilgore. Appreciate everyone tuned in on a late Thursday night. We're past 10 o'clock on a weeknight. I think these kids got school tomorrow, right?
No.
Are they out?
Not if they win.
Not if they win?
They got another game to go to.
I don't blame them. Let them stay up. There should just be no school tomorrow. They should just cancel school. Ground ball to the right side, fielded at second base, throw to first. Got him. Nice clean play there by Gunnar King, the coach's kid.
Kilgore's got some wheels.
And it's a scoreless inning for Gibson. Holds the deficit at 3. We're at the midway point, middle of fourth. Come back, Racers trying to cut into it in the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back here in Noble High School, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Moving to the bottom of the fourth in this 4A state quarterfinal. So the Newcastle Racers and the Blanchard Lions. Good fun one so far. Blanchard in control for the moment, leading by 3, with the Racers still got plenty of time to try and get something going. But so far, Caden Fallon, the starting pitcher for the Lions, has been really tough as he has battled his way through the first 3 innings.
And has a bunch of strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm just counting those up. I think 5 by my count, which is a pretty good number through 3. Only 1 hit allowed. Defense has been solid for him behind him as well. So kind of overall right now, good stuff for Blanchard, but still some meat on the bone here, certainly, as we moved into the bottom of the fourth. Right part of the order for Newcastle, trying to get something going. 3-4-5 with Jackson Shanuel to start it. Shanuel hit it hard, but into a double play in the bottom of the first. So he'll try and rectify that this time. Big first baseman for the Racers. First pitch from Fallon is in there for a strike. Racer faithful, not a huge fan of that one. It's on the upper portion of the zone. I think it got in there. That one dropped in as well. 0-2. Shanuel not a fan of that one. Count goes to 0-2 on Big Jackson Shanuel. Ripped into the Racer dugout. Wow, that came screaming into the Newcastle dugout. Hopefully everybody's all right. That came in red hot. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of just having bars up there because, the kids are laying down on the bar or, hanging on to the bar.
Holy moly.
I've seen some guys get hit in the dugout that sometimes it's not good because that ball comes in there quick.
Ball in the dirt, strikes out Shanuel, throw down to first to complete it. So that's strikeout number 6 for Fallon. He continues to pile them up. And there's one gone as Shanuel goes down. That'll bring a big Taj Smith. The lefty DH struck out looking his first time.
But he's had a mean cut. I like the way he swings. Let's get something on the board. One time.
Taj is just, he's a fun football player to watch, and you just want to see him turn on one just to see how far it'll go, because he's got that kind of pop. This is high, 1-0. Fallon readies and fires. There he goes to right field. He's going to look at it.
No doubt.
On Taj Smith. Holy moly, what a bomb.
Did I call that? Oh, my God.
That was utterly destroyed by Taj Smith, and the Racers are on the board. A great look at that on the instant replay. That's such a great shot of that. You just lose it into the night. I got to see that one more time. Boom!
Boy, is he fired up.
That was a nuke by Taj Smith.
Someone brought like a smoke gun from, here it goes again from Newcastle. They got to be careful with that.
Like a flare.
One of the fans shot up towards the roof of the Newcastle bleachers.
Home run by Smith.
Some blue smoke.
That was...
Okay, that's different.
I mean, that we just said. I mean, you want to see him turn on it just to see it, and he did. A moonshot solo homer. That's the only complaint for Newcastle is you wish there were some people on base for him. But nevertheless, the Racers are on the board. And you wonder if that'll rattle Fallon at all, or, where do we go from here? Does that open the floodgates for Newcastle? Or
here's what I'm wondering is, do they take exception, does Blanchard, to the celebratory nature of the home run trot?
I think the coach said something. I mean, the umpire said something to the coach, which I'm sorry, I don't. I don't want to ruin the game anymore on what they're trying to run it by, Now, if you flip the bat toward the other dugout, you're asking for trouble. But, if.
I don't think he flipped the bat.
I don't think he did.
Definitely stared at it.
But I think it was the coach patting him on the butt as he went around third, which they're not supposed to do, but it's not something, like I said, it's not something I would call, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Well, we found out that in that championship game we called last year with Carl Albert, Bishop Kelly, that Bishop Kelly took some exception to Tanner Norman's home run trot at the end of that game.
Yeah.
So you just never know, but.
And I don't think that ball's landed yet. He turned on that as a left-hander, and that ball was gone.
Yeah, I think Blanchard's going to dust it off. They're still got the lead.
that ball was turned on, and Taj definitely he admired it and enjoyed the trot around, which I don't blame him. And like we've talked about a few times, this is a big rivalry matchup. There's a lot of emotion. There's been a lot of kind of gesture toward the other dugout after strikeout, things like that. It's that kind of matchup. And this ball's turned on the left field side. It's going to go foul, but that was sent pretty good here by Ryder Gibson, the opposing pitcher. Gibson struck out looking his first time. And he's in a full count here. One thing that Taj Smith bomb unequivocally did is it got the Racer fans back in this. And not that they were out of it necessarily, but they're alive now.
There is hope.
3-2 on the way here from Falon to Ryder Gibson. Pitcher versus pitcher. Missed above him, had to duck out of the way. Shouts toward his dugout, saying, hey, let's go. And the tying run is now at the plate in Caden Longman. Easily the most kind of obviously groove, rhythm, whatever you want to call it, that we've seen Newcastle have offensively. This is, a couple of good at-bats in a row. And our conversation is going to be had at the mound here with Falon as Longman gets ready to head to the plate.
I don't believe he'll pull him out unless he's hurt. But I think he's been hitting the spots that the catcher's been calling for. I see no reason to pull him right now.
I think it's probably just a calm down meeting.
Right.
Yeah. Falon, a senior, committed to Crowder Junior College, where he'll be pitching next year. He's been dynamite in this game, but last couple batters, first time it's really looked wobbly as Taj Smith obliterated a solo homer, and now he walked Gibson on a 3-2 pitch that obviously wasn't even close. So here comes Caden Longman. Longman reached on an error his first time. Great speed.
And I scored him a single.
Did you?
I don't know.
You're a little more friendly?
Yeah. Mine doesn't count.
There's no errors on the board here at Noble, so I don't know what the official ruling was. I thought it was an error, but I'm down to give him a hit as well. 1-0 now on Longman as he takes that first one inside. That one's on the corner. Nice pitch there. Evens it up 1-1. Outside edge misses 2-1. And that one was close.
And the fans are disgruntled on that one.
That was one that one half the ballpark was not going to be happy no matter which way it went.
Exactly.
That was right on the edge. 2-1. Popped up to the right side. Should be playable in right field, and it is caught by Camden Hall, who's just playing defense for Blanchard. Kind of feels like if you're just playing defense, you better make plays like that. And he did just that. Good play by Hall. 2 gone. So a big bounce back out there. And it brings up Gunnar King, who struck out the first time. Got a good Gunnar chant going from the Newcastle student section. Three to 1 Blanchard, bottom of the fourth here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Glad you could be with us. Fun ball game. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
Good-looking pitch.
That's a nice pitch, yeah. Something off speed there.
He could have put that in left center easily.
0-2, 2 outs. Falon a strike away from navigating this inning with the Lions still ahead by 2. 0-2 on the way. Cutting a miss. He struck him out again. So a little more reserve come off the mound that time for Falon, but Blanchard still in good shape. But the Racers have got life. After 4, it's Blanchard 2, Newcastle 1. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
Alrighty, back here in Noble. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter in the booth. Jordan Ray is down field level as we head to the 5th inning in this 4A state quarterfinal. Blanchard leads Newcastle 3-1. Back on the mound for the Racers is Ryder Gibson. He'll face Blanchard's 3-4-5 hitters here in the 5th. Carson Howe, the shortstop, will start it. Howe's had a good night so far at the plate. He walked his first time and then singled.
I see it.
And he scored both times.
Yeah, these three, I see two RBIs on.
Yeah, this is where the offense has come from, this part of the order.
This is RBI double and RBI triple, so we're going to have to do something. Gibson's going to have to fire that rock down there where they can't hit it.
Yeah. So here we go. Gibson delivers to Howe, and he missed inside. 1-0.
I think he wanted it.
Getting to the late stages of this one. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-1. Newcastle and Blanchard here in the 4A quarterfinals. We appreciate you being with us on a Friday night, or Thursday night, excuse me. I'm all loopy. Thursday night. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Been a long day of baseball. We got on the air. We're closing in on 12 hours since we got on the air the first time.
Thankfully, no night games tomorrow.
Yes.
That you know of.
Don't even say that. 1-2 on the outside edge. Got him looking. Wow. Focus Federal Credit Union strikeout, and there's one gone.
Now back in the catcher, number 7, Vaughn.
So he sits Howe down. Gibson's starting to rack up a pretty good strikeout total himself. That's 8, I believe, by my count. Now we got Vaughn McIntyre. He's 1 for 2, had that RBI double, and he struck out swinging his second time up. First pitch misses. 1-0. The ball's popped up.
Shortstop should settle.
Playable at short by Gibson, and he's got it. Good job getting back on that one and making the play. And 2 away. I kind of lost track of that into the night sky a little bit.
Actually, I got to tell you, when it goes above those lights,
yeah,
then all of a sudden it comes back. You better be in the right position.
So 2 up, 2 down for Gibson here in the 5th so far. They'll bring up Corrick Pierce. He's 1 for 2 with that RBI triple earlier. Oh, and hit him in the back. So Pierce reaches a huge bat flip. That got 15 feet in the air.
Yeah. But once again, it wasn't, wasn't really directed at anybody.
Yeah, it's kind of just the norm. Right? Everybody does it. So man on now for Madron. Madron's 1 for 2, a strikeout looking and a single. As Blanchard trying to push this lead out a little bit. First pitch misses outside, 1-0.
He's getting a pretty good lead out there. You ought to be either looking him back or trying to pick him off.
Holds for now. Pitch misses. That's now 2-0. Mentioned earlier, but all 3 of Blanchard's runs in this game have come with 2 outs. Trying to do more of that here. in the 5th. Blanchard ahead by a pair. Racers still with 9 outs to play with offensively as they try to close that gap. That 2-0 misses. And it's now 3-0. Pitch is in there, so Gibson trying to battle back a little bit. Runner takes off, and it's going to be ball 4 anyway. So Madron reaches, and there's now 2 men on for Jackson Hurd. So suddenly some danger here. Looks like it might be a quick inning for Gibson, but instead the Lions got a chance to do some damage. Hurd has reached base twice in this game. He walked and then he singled.
So Gibson hears from his brother. I'm sure they've had a lot of conversations like that.
Yeah. 2 men on, 2 outs for Hurd. Big spot here in the 5th. That one misses, 1-0. Give Ryder Gibson credit. Looked a little wobbly for a while, but he settled in. He's given his team a pretty good outing, keeping him in it. But in a dangerous situation in the top of the 5th.
Need to set him down, not let him get any more runs.
1-0 is turned on. It's going to go foul, but that ball was launched. Whew.
Had a good sound to it, too, didn't it?
Well, they get your attention if you're the pitcher. I mean, he pulled it foul, but you're thinking, okay, he didn't. He was on that. He was
not
a little in front
that.
of it.
I'm shaking that pitch off. They call it again.
If I'm going to throw it again, it better be a good one. 1-1 on Jackson Hurd. 2 men on, top of the 5th. Game slowing down a little bit here. Gibson taking his time. These are all huge pitches. And it's bounced in 2-1. Doesn't feel like Gibson at the moment, and it's fleeting. It comes and goes, but it feels like at the moment he's really pinpointing, hitting his spots right now. 2-1 pitch on the way. On the outside edge, 2-2. And Gibson is a strike away from navigating some treacherous waters here and holding the deficit at 2 if he can do it. Foul off the right side. That's another Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball. This is a heck of a battle right now between Hurd and Gibson. In a big spot in this game. Deuce is wild. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 men on. 2-run game. Ball hit well to center field. That's going to get down and be a base knock. That'll score a run. It's an RBI single for Hurd, and the 2-out run train continues for the Lions. Been a theme.
Yep.
So Blanchard gets that run that Newcastle scored on the Ty Smith homer right back, and the lead goes back to 3 runs at 4-1. That's painful.
Braxton Milligan.
So 4-1 Blanchard with 2 men on and 2 outs for Braxton Milligan. That one in there for a strike. Big night for Hurd. 2 for 2 with a walk.
He's a big boy, 6'3", 200 pounds, and he's a junior. Coach is always happy to see that junior off to the side.
Yeah. No, you got another year with him. That ball's hit out to center field. Should be playable out there, and it is for Eastep, and that'll end the inning, but the Lions get that run right back. And at the end of 4.5, Blanchard's lead is back to 3 runs at 4-1. 2-1. Take a timeout. Racers offense back to the box, trying to cut into this thing in the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, back here in Noble, we head to the bottom of the 5th in this 4A state quarterfinal. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter, Jordan Ray with you on OSN, the final of our triple header of state tournament action here today. Been a full day of baseball. We'll be back at it bright and early tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch for Carl Albert and Collinsville in the semifinals. Should be a really fun one. Looking forward to that at 11 a.m. tomorrow over there at Edmond Santa Fe. So we've got some work to do here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Do it for the Racers 9-1-2. Oh, excuse me. That's not where we are. 8-9-1 is where we are. Austin Gibson, the shortstop, leading off. He singled his first time. It's now 1-1 after that cut and a miss. On the outside edge, 1-2. Nice pitch there by Falon, who's been really sharp. Really made one mistake that Tosh Smith punished. But other
I
than
don't know
that,
if that was a mistake. It's just a good pitch, and he hit it well.
Other than that, he's cruising along. Chopper to third, fielded clean. Fire across the diamond is there. Good play by Corrick Pierce. And one gone in the 5th.
Now batting the right fielder, number 7.
So we go to the 9 hole in Seamus McLaughlin, the right fielder. He reached on a fielder's choice on that kind of wacky bunt play where he then took second after the throw got away.
By the way, Josh, what do you think about this name? Because you've commented on other names, so what do you think about the Seamus?
Good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Seamus is pretty good. And
that is as Irish as it gets.
Yeah, having the McLaughlin at the back.
I was going to say an old family name for sure. You just don't see a lot of those. Although I've seen some dandies over the years.
0-1. On the corner again, 0-2. Pitch on the way to McLaughlin.
Strike 3.
Got him. 3 pitches. Here they are. Hit him.
Rang it up.
Struck him out on 3, and there's now 2 gone. As the lineup turns over for Tyler Frazier. Frazier struck out swinging his first time, ground out to second in his second trip up. Every out, Blanchard can kind of feel it, and certainly Newcastle can feel it. Now 7 outs away. Hit hard right to short, fielded on a hop, good play. Scoop, fire to first on a skip, and it gets by the first baseman.
Don't go.
So it's going to be a base runner here with 2 outs as a great play at short by Carson Howe. The throw, he kind of tried to skip it in there, and it wasn't able to be scooped.
Now batting third baseman, number 3, Lane.
And so he'll reach. I'm not sure who you give the error to on that. I guess on the throw, probably.
The throw, I would say. So E6.
Either way, Frazier is on with 2 outs for Lane Seaton. At this point, if you're Newcastle, obviously you'll take the base runners however they come. And so you have a man on now for Seaton. The lefty third baseman, he walked his first time, struck out swinging his second time. If he can get on, that'll bring up Shanuel as the tying run. Misses down, 1-0. (4-1) Blanchard, bottom of the fifth. Here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 4A state quarterfinal. That one down again, now 2-0. Got a balk here. All right, that was a theme of the last game. Elk City and Chickasha, and that balk will move Frazier into scoring position, which obviously makes it more likely that he can score on a base hit potentially. So that could be big. Did you notice what he did there?
I think he just.
I never know.
I think he just rolled through it.
I watch a lot of baseball, and I don't. The balks are sometimes they seem clear, and sometimes I'm like, what did he do? 2-0. That one misses. Now 3-0. One more bad one, and Shanuel will get an opportunity as the tying run. Getting a little interesting here in the fifth. 3-0. In there for a strike, 3-1. Hit hard to the left side. It goes off the glove of Howe. That ball was scalded. They'll have to hold the runner at third. Throw back to first, and it's wide the mark.
That'll score a run.
Bad decision there, and a run will score. Meanwhile, taking second is Seaton. Chaos in Noble.
Yay.
And it's 4-2.
I was surprised that run didn't score initially with 2 outs, but even more surprised they tried to get the base runner at first.
Yeah, bad idea. So the run scores. The base hit from Seaton. That went off the glove of Howe. He had a shot at that, but that ball was ripped by Seaton. Mishandled. They held the runner at third, Frazier, but then after the throw back to first to try and get behind Seaton, gets away. Seaton goes second, run scores, and now Shanuel's up as the tying run here in the bottom of the fifth. Check swing, foul
almost
off the left side.
That was going to be, that would have made it close because third baseman was playing back.
Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball.
Oh, if Shanuel could get on base.
Yeah.
That would be.
I'm thinking the same. Todd
so
Schmidt
big, but he's got a battle from behind now.
Got to pump some life in this Newcastle lineup. And here's the guys that can do it.
0-1 pitch on the way. Just off the plate, 1-1. Everyone holding their breath, waiting for that call. And it goes to 1-1. And got time called here. So we're going to have a conference on the mound with Fallon. As his catcher will come out and have some words with him, Vaughn McIntyre.
I think it's a good time to calm him down a little.
Yeah. Shanuel certainly has got the pop to tie this game. If he gets one, he can really extend on. And we know the guy on deck does. In Big Taj Smith, waiting in the wing, should Shanuel reach. 1-1 here to Jackson Shanuel. Bounced it, 2-1.
It's a good pickup by McIntyre. He kind of fumbled it a little bit, but he made sure his runners didn't advance.
(2-1) on the way to Jackson Shanuel, bottom of the fifth in this 4A quarterfinal. Foul off. That was a good cut.
Right toward Jordan's truck.
They're trying to hit Jordan's truck. Oh, we got another big cheer. That hit a vehicle again?
It did hit a truck, just not mine. Sorry, Tom. Landing in a truck bed.
Go home with a souvenir. So 2 strikes now. Falana a strike away from wiggling out of this. Again, ahead by 2.
I was calling it Asher this year, and there's a highway right next to the field, and kid knocked one into the back of a pickup truck. Guy never stopped. He just kept going.
Wonders later, where'd this baseball come from? 2-2 to Shanuel. Fouled off again. Going back that way.
That's where all those kids are playing football over there. Football or wiffle ball or something. There's a bunch of kids over there having a good time, which is what baseball is about. Bring the kids to the ballpark. If they don't watch the game, who cares? They're having fun.
Like we said, massive crowd here today in Noble for this game. 2-2 again coming to Shanuel as he continues to battle here in the bottom of the 5th. Bounced it, 3-2. One more out of the zone, and big Taj Smith will come up as the lead run here in the 5th.
Another good stop by McIntyre. It was in the carpet.
I would say things are getting a little interesting here. So
and
3
I think
2
the
2 outs.
Newcastle fans have come to life.
Yeah, they are in it, and they are on full on right now. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, runner on second. Ripped into left field by Shanuel. Boy, he really turned on that. It'll get down into the gap. Run will score. It's an RBI double for Shanuel, and the Racers are within 1.
And who's coming to the plate?
Big Taj. Boy, off the bat, looked like that had a shot to get out. It ends up falling near the wall, but it's a double for Shanuel. And the Racers are within a run. And here comes Big Taj. Taj Smith, who decimated a home run in his last at bat.
They're going to put him on.
They're going to walk him, yeah. That's a little bit, it seems obvious, but also, I mean, he's the lead run in the 5th. Maybe they're not going to put him on.
Yeah, I thought he did.
And they look like they were doing it, like he was sending over there. Now they're going to pitch to him. I think you pitch to him. I think you're just careful. It's tough to put the lead run on base.
Well,
yeah, first base is open. It's just very.
Now they are going to walk him. Okay.
Yeah.
They thought about it, then they changed their mind, then they're doing it. So Taj, intentional walk.
He's a good cheerleader for this team. They like him.
Now, Tom, I don't know if Taj, how well he runs, but do you consider pinch running for him and bringing him back to the spot?
At this point, I think I would do that. He represents the
yeah, and you can bring him back in.
Win and run.
Yeah,
one time you can pinch run for him.
Well, here comes Ryder Gibson. Talk about helping yourself as a pitcher. 2 men on, Racers down by 1 in the 5th. Big cut and a miss, 0-1. Moment of the game, moment of the season, obviously, right here for these two teams. As Newcastle's down by 1. The tying run at second, the lead run at first base for the pitcher Ryder Gibson. Struck out his first time, walked his second time. Awkward swing and a miss. He's behind 0-2. Good pitch from Falon. This place is rocking. Racer fans are alive and well.
The Lions fans are holding their
breath.
They're
waiting to explode on a big out.
Yep.
But right now, they're the nerves. 0-2, 2 outs, and Falon will step off. Start over again with his sequence.
That little chess match that the batter and the pitcher always go through is interesting me, and I'll have some guys that they'll wait till the last second. I won't call time. Pitcher starts coming home, you're not getting time.
Bounces that one, 1-2.
Another good stop by McIntyre. Not letting it get away from him. That'll put 2 runners definitely in scoring position.
1-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Blanchard leads it 4-3. Racers scored 2 in this inning already. Got him swinging. Try to hold up, no chance, and Gibson goes down. But the Racers score 2 and pull it within 1. After 5, it's Blanchard 4, Newcastle 3. Where would you go? We're going to the 6th for a state quarterfinal in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back here in Noble, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter in the booth. Jordan Ray's down field level as we move to the top of the 6th. It's 4-3 Blanchard on top of Newcastle. This game's had some definite twists and turns the last couple of innings. Blanchard was seemingly in total control, leading this thing 3-0 at the midway point, middle of the 4th. But Todd Smith hit that big homer, seemingly opened things up a little. Blanchard got 1 run back to go back up 4-1, maybe settle things down, but the Racers scored 2 in the bottom half, and Florida with tying or even taking the lead. But
Tyler Frazier's taking the mound.
New pitcher, good catch there, Tom, as the day is done for Ryder Gibson. 96 pitches where he was at, so he was getting close to the end of the road.
Now, Ryder should be somewhere in the outfield. The interesting thing about
he's in right field.
Yeah, Tyler Frazier is that he was in consideration to start this game. So if Newcastle can rally, it'll be interesting to see who they would pitch tomorrow, especially on very short rest.
This is a classic you got to worry about today kind of move. We talked about that in the Carl Albert game this morning with Jared. You know, could we potentially see at that time, Sammy Gonzalez or Declan Murphy in the relief if you needed it? And the answer was yes. You got to win today. And so that's kind of what you're seeing from Newcastle here. I don't know what the count is. The board has not kept up.
No, I think it's 0-2.
2-1?
2-1, okay. He's working quick. Cutting a miss, 2-2. For Blanchard, this is the 9-hole hitter, Falon, the opposing pitcher. He singled and struck out in this game. And the lineup will turn over after him. Frazier, and he hit him right in the back. So a hit by pitch puts the leadoff man on.
Not what you want to do.
No. Feels like if you're Newcastle right now, you have the momentum. I know you're down, but you have the momentum. The vibes, the positivity is on your side of the field. If you can get a 0 here, get back to the box, still down 1, you feel like you feel good about getting another run on the board, but you got to find a way to navigate this.
We do have a courtesy runner here.
Yeah, it's Blaine Fust.
So Fust again, we saw him earlier for Falon after he got his first hit.
That was a good name.
Pretty good, yeah.
I haven't heard that name.
I do like that one. 1-0 here on the leadoff man, Brayson Carter. He is 0 for 3 today. Struck out, ground out to third, and he reached on a fielder's choice. The top 2 guys in the order have been surprisingly quiet for Blanchard in this game, as this one's fouled back 1-1. As we hurtle toward 11 p.m., Jordan, Jared Price, and I got on the air pretty much right about 12 hours ago to start our first game today.
Foul.
Chopper foul, the third base side. And we'll be on the air about 12 hours from now. Man on first, 1-2 the count here in the top of the 6th. Blanchard leading Newcastle 4-3. Highly entertaining game, which we thought it might be coming in, and it's lived up. Swing and a miss. Back pick at first. Oh, boy, that was close.
Yeah, it's a good thing about a three-man crew for the umpires. That guy on first base is right there off of first base. I mean, he's looking right at that throwback.
So Carter is struck out. It's a Focus Federal Credit Union strikeout. First one for Frazier, and it brings up Aiden Kilgore, who's 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second. Take strike one. Really, all of Blanchard's offense has come in that middle zone. Howe, McIntyre, Pierce, Madron, I guess Hurd's got a couple hits as well. 3 through 7 is where the damage has been done tonight. One and one. Hit into left field, hit pretty well. Should be playable, though. And pulling that one in, that's not Frazier. I don't know who replaced him in left. Frazier was in left. He's on the mound now.
It'd be McLaughlin, I think.
Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Carson Howe.
So the catch made, and there's now 2 gone for Howe, who's had a good day. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Did strike out looking his last time. Now he has his second hit. As a clean single to the left side. And there's 2 men on for Vaughn McIntyre.
Base hit by Howe brings up the catcher, number 7, Vaughn
McIntyre tonight, 1 for 3. Had that RBI double in the first, then struck out swinging, popped out to short. Another big spot. Every inning big at this point, obviously, in a state tournament game. But
and it's getting
another just big, high leverage moment. Big swing here one way or another. 2 guys on, 2 outs in the 6th and a 1-run game. On the edge, 0-1. Good pitch. Vaughn McIntyre, the lefty hitting catcher, trying to pad Blanchard's lead. Frazier delivers. Ripped into the gap here in right center. That's going to score at least 1. That ball was scalded.
That's going to score 2.
That's going to score 2. He'll stop at second base. It's a 2-run double for Vaughn McIntyre. He popped that ball into right center. Taking a look at it on the instant replay as this ball was scalded. That's a huge swing moment. Like I was just saying, momentum with the Racers. Not anymore. They get the 2 runs right back, and Blanchard's back ahead by 3. McIntyre's got 3 RBIs tonight on 2 doubles.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up Corrick Pierce. He'll take outside 1-0. Pierce is 1 for 2 with a ground out and RBI triple and a hit by pitch.
Well, we don't want to hit him again. That's for sure.
1-0 on the corner, 1-1. Two and 1. Corrick Pierce in the box trying to add on for Blanchard. Just inside 3-1.
Was close.
Yeah, that was. The big 2-run double by Vaughn McIntyre to push this from 4-3 to 6-3 in the 6th. This ball's popped into right field. Camping underneath it and dropping it in right.
Gunnar King.
And that's going to score another run as camped underneath it and not able to pull it in. That was McLaughlin out there before, but Jordan said he thinks he moved over.
That should be Ryder Gibson, unfortunately.
That's a tough error right there. So the E7 lets Pierce reach and scores another run.
Baseman number 33, Kobe Madron.
That hurt.
Yeah. So the inning continues. Pierce got to second on that, and it brings up Kobe Madron. He'll take strike one.
Blanchard guys act like they haven't seen a curveball. They're ducking out of there, and it's breaking in and on the inside corner. Seen a couple of guys do that tonight.
That one will miss, makes it 1-1. After Newcastle scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to pull them within a run, the Lions have responded with 3 in the top of the 6th and have a 4-run advantage. Trying to set up a date with Chickasha tomorrow in the semifinals. Misses high, 2-1. On the other side of the 4A bracket, Tuttle and Marlowe will play tomorrow morning in the first semi. Like Jordan said, as of late in 4A, it's been a lot of Tuttle v. Blanchard for the championships around here. And
right.
That's certainly on the table again. Big swing and a miss, 2-2. He might have got a piece of that, actually, 2-2.
Yeah, I think it hit the umpire. He's going to give him a second. Catchers are good about that. And we'll do the same thing if the catcher gets hit.
Yeah.
Run the ball out to the pitcher. And
just a moment to kind of collect yourself.
And the guy goes, "What are you talking about? What do you guys talk about when you go out there?" I said, "Well, I'll talk about, how was class today? Got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
They'll look at me like, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to help your partner out. He got hit."
2-2. Missed outside, 3-2. This last strike to get out of this inning has been elusive. So the count is full with 2 outs, man at second base. Kobe Madron trying to add on to the lead for Blanchard, who've already scored 3 runs in this top of the 6th. And this ball's popped up again to the right side. This one should stay in the infield. Should be playable at second for King. And he makes the play to end the inning. So the Lions score 3 runs, and at the end of 5 1/2 have a 7-3 lead on top of Newcastle. You're watching the 4A State Tournament quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
All right, heading to the bottom of the 6th here in Noble. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Appreciate you tuned in to our coverage of the 4A State quarterfinals. I want to make sure we again thank our title sponsor, the Community Bank of Oklahoma, helping us bring you these Racer State Tournament game here on OSN. Also, of course, our strikeout sponsor, which we've brought up a few times, Focus Federal Credit Union, and our foul ball sponsor, Contemporary Family Dentistry. Means a lot, helps a lot to get those sponsorships to bring you these postseason games in all sports. So appreciate them. Go to the bottom of the 6th. It's fouled off by Caden Longman. Longman 0 for 2 today. He reached on an error and flew out to right. So Racers down by 4, still 6 outs to work with. Can they try to work their way back into it here in the 6th.
Base
Longman,
hit.
good start. Base hit to right.
He didn't get thrown out at first. Oh, that
And
was
the throw
a
gets
mistake.
away at first. Yeah, that was close at first. And it takes a wild ricochet. And Longman gets into second. And so there you go. A base knock for Longman. And then he moves to second on the error. And a good start to the 6th for Newcastle. Obviously, you don't need to get all 4 back here in the 6th. You have another inning to work with, but getting, 2, cutting it in half.
Getting a rally going wouldn't hurt.
So Longman's going to stay in and run this time, it looks like. And that'll bring up Gunnar King, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today for the Racers.
He's due. He got some making up to do, too.
Yeah, that tough fly ball dropped out there and right. Although I believe Jordan said that was Gibson, right? Who moved out there, so. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. 7-3 Blanchard here in the bottom of the 6th, 4A state quarterfinal. Winner here to see Chickasha tomorrow afternoon back here on this field for a spot in the state championship game on Saturday at the Brick. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Certainly still time. There's no clock in baseball, and we talked about it with Jared Price a little bit in the game earlier today, but it can happen quick in high school baseball. It can kind of snowball. You can get 3-4 runs on the board very suddenly. So Racers still with some life here as they swing and a miss by King. He's behind 1-2. Newcastle faithful still into it. And Fallon will step off. Fallon, by the way, at 86 pitches coming into this inning. So that number is starting to climb a little bit. One-two pitch. Misses high, 2-2.
Somebody's entertaining the Newcastle fans.
I'm not sure what they're doing.
Keep hearing a little cheer coming from them. That's great.
2-2. Big swing and a miss. So Fallon strikes out King, and Fallon made sure to let him know that he's got him 3 times now. And one gone here in the bottom of the 6th.
Shortstop, number 11, Austin Gibson.
So we go to the 8 hole, which is Austin Gibson, the shortstop. He singled his first time, then ground out to third in his second at bat. Racers down to their final 5 outs here.
Big gap between short and third.
Yeah, very. Fallon will step off, check the runner back. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. You wonder where Blanchard will go to try and finish the game, assuming they need to do that. Do you use one of your top guys? Do you try and get through it with, not using a guy who might start for you later in the week? Tough decision potentially looming for Coach Josh Rainey.
But I think he may let him just finish it.
Sure.
They've got to have some kind of closer.
0-2 now the count on Austin Gibson. He'll step out and kind of set himself up here. Outside edge, got him looking.
Yeah, I really thought that was a good pitch.
Nasty. And there's 2 gone, right on the outside edge. Great pitch by Falon. $11 strikeouts now for Falon. And so with 2 outs and a man on second, here comes the 9-hole hitter, Seamus McLaughlin. He's 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice and struck out looking. First pitch misses high, 1-0. That pitch is in there, ties it up 1-1. Should McLaughlin reach, the lineup would turn over. Racers can try to get it going a little bit. Maybe get some guys on for the big guys coming up. 3-4 hole. That's popped up to the right side.
First baseman should get. Well,
I think it might be playable. It'll get down.
Nope,
they had a shot at it, but it'll be a foul ball. Temporary family dentistry foul ball. And it counts 1-2 with 2 outs. So Falon a strike away from navigating through 6 innings.
I mean, Kobe Madram, he covered some ground then. I mean, he was all the way to the fence on the other side of their dugout from second base.
He had a shot at that.
It was a good hustle.
And then Falon will step off. Pace of this game has slowed down a lot last inning or so as the intensity has ramped up. 1-2 pitch coming. Misses high, 2-2. Blanchard lead Newcastle 7-3, trying to get to the semifinals tomorrow, and we'd be just a couple games away from Blanchard and Tuttle potentially meeting again for a championship. Newcastle still with some life here and still some at-bats and outs to work with as McLaughlin will step out. The 2-2 on the way from Falon. On the black, got him looking again. 12 strikeouts for Falon. He's having a masterpiece performance in the state semifinals, and that ends the 6th. After 6, Blanchard leads it 7-3. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, back here in Noble, we go to the 7th. Blanchard leads it 7-3. Long day of baseball winding down, but the Racers still with something to say. As they still have 3 outs to work with as we go to the 7th. Blanchard will try and pad that lead out a little bit, though. Frazier back on the mound for the Racers. For Blanchard due up, it'll be 7-8-9. Jackson Hurd will start it. He's had a good day, Jackson Hurd. He's reached base all 3 times he's been up. A walk and 2 singles. So he's had a nice night here in his state tournament opener. pitch on the outside edge in there for a strike. 0-1 on Hurd. Now 0-2. Obviously important for Frazier here. You're already in a 4-run hole. Find a way to navigate this. Don't let it get any worse. And, you know, you got the right part of the order. It's going to be the top of the order coming up for Newcastle in the bottom, as that one's going to hit Hurd on an 0-2 pitch and right in the back. Not what you want.
No.
So leadoff man is on.
And I can't tell you how many times I've seen that this year, hit by pitch on an 0-2 count. Why is that ball even close?
So that'll bring up Milligan, the big DH. He is 0 for 2 in this game with a strikeout, a walk, and a flyout. He sends this one out to left field. That ball is a moon ball. Should be playable, and it will be caught out in deep center field by Eastep. That ball was a skyscraper. And there's one gone.
It's one of those, need to get him in the weight room. And he hit a little more gas on that. It had been gone.
So there's Fallon, the pitcher. He's 1 for 2 in this game with a single. He struck out swinging, and he was hit by a pitch. Man on first, 1 out here in the 7th. Frazier trying to hold this thing at 4 and give his team one last shot to try and rally in the bottom half. Got a bit of a football score right now between these two teams, 7-3. I've had the pleasure of calling this football matchup a few times last few years. Always fun. Glad to see that it will continue next year despite Newcastle moving up to 5A. As this one's fouled off. Was mildly worried about that. I wasn't really. I figured they still would play, but despite the move, they're not going to be in the same district anymore, obviously. Different classes now, but they'll still play early in the year in non-district matchups, which is just good. They'll do the same with Tuttle. Can't not have those matchups. So fun. 1-1. Chopper to the third base side. Fielded there. Throw to second. Did he keep the foot on the bag? I didn't see a signal. Now they will signal, and they say they did get him at second. Boy, that was a funky-looking play as the throw from Seaton down to second by King. He kind of stumbled off the bag, but they're going to say he kept the foot on. And there's 2 outs. So a fielder's choice, and it brings us back to the top of the order with Carter. Carter's 0 for 4 today. Pickoff attempt getting back is Fallon.
Well, actually, it's a
courtesy run.
Courtesy run. I didn't even catch the number. 22.
It's probably our guy
Fust.
Yeah.
Lane Fust.
1-0 count to the top of the order man, Bryson Carter. Pickoff attempt back at first. That was pretty close.
Close.
Diving back in again.
Better throw would have got him on that one. But
that was a called strike, by the way, so 1-1.
He does have his attention now.
Yeah. That ball's hit hard into left center. That's going to get into the gap. As that ball cranked, and it's going to score a run, and rounding second and going into third with an RBI triple is Carter. He had a quiet night with the bat, was 0 for 4 coming into that right there, but changes that.
RBI triple by Carter brings up the
and it's now 8-3 Lions here in Noble. That ball was hit well by Carter.
Yes, it was.
So now a man at third with 2 outs for Aiden Kilgore. Kilgore, like Carter, 0 for 4. Carter changed that. See if Kilgore can change that here for the Lions. As he takes up and away 1-0. As Blanchard now with a 5-run advantage. 2-0 now on Kilgore. As they try to finish this thing off and get on to the semifinals and a date with Chickasha tomorrow. 3-0 now the count.
Well, the best news for the Newcastle is at the top of their lineup. So
yep,
that's all they got going right now, and they're going to have to see if their studs can earn their keep.
3-0 pitch misses low. That's a walk. So now you have runners on the corners with 2 outs for Carson Howe. Howe's been on base 3 times. He's walked, singled, struck out looking, and then singled again. So he's had a nice day at the plate as Carson Howe. He's looking to add to that here with Blanchard leading by 5. Fouled off the right side. Temporary family dentistry foul ball. 0-1.
He is a senior this year.
Kilgore. Ground ball through the left side. Another hit for Kilgore. And it's an RBI single. Or Howe, excuse me, not Kilgore. Third hit of the day for Howe. Wow.
RBI single for Howe. Brings up the catcher, number 7.
And the Lions lead continues to grow. It's now 9-3 Blanchard. As they're just getting some good swings off of Frazier here. And so there's now 2 men on for Vaughn McIntyre, who's had the 2 biggest swings of this game. An RBI double and a 2-run double. 2 for 4. And he can do more damage here with a couple more ducks on the pond. With the Lions leading it by 6, 9-3 in the top of the 7th. Frazier will step off, reset some things. Now fire. And just outside 1-0 on the lefty hitting catcher McIntyre. Both of his doubles were not cheapies either. Absolute rockets into the gap, both of them. First one in the very first inning to get Blanchard on the board. This ball's hit hard to second base. Fielded on a hop is King. Throw to first. Got him. And that'll end the inning. But Blanchard scores 2. And at the end of 6.5, the Lions lead it 9-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Newcastle's final licks down by 6. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All righty, back here in Noble. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Blanchard leading Newcastle 9-3, trying to finish it off. And it is Fallon back out there to try and close the door. And with the Lions leading it 9-3. 2 up for the Racers will be the top of the order. 1, 2, 3. Tyler Frazier will start it. "12 strikeouts for Fallon going into this final inning. So he has already got a big number and going to try and add to it some more here in the bottom of the 7th. So final hacks for Newcastle. They need 6 runs to stay alive. We'll see what they can do. Top of the order here for Frazier. Frazier is 0 for 3 today. A strikeout, a ground out, and a reach on an error. First pitch misses 1-0.
Needs to get something started, that's for sure.
Yeah, to
running,
have any
running
shot
out of time.
Yeah, to have any shot at a rally, and obviously this is an extreme case down by 6, but even if you're down 1, it feels like get the leadoff man on. It just sets the tone for the whole thing.
Right.
Off to a good start, 2-0 count. Big swing and a miss there, 2-1. Frazier just a sophomore, so he'll be back next year for the Racers. But he wants to prolong his sophomore year if he can. This one misses inside 3-1. So a good hitter's count here for Frazier. On the outside edge, 3-2. So the count runs full on Tyler Frazier. Falon already with 12 strikeouts. Strike away from another one. Fouled off. Temporary family dentistry foul ball. Try the 3-2 again. And misses up and in, so Frazier reaches on a walk. And that's how you start a rally right there. So the leadoff man is on for Lane Seaton. Seaton's had a pretty solid day at the plate. He walked his first time, did strike out, but then singled the next time. Seaton, another younger guy, just a sophomore on this Racer squad. Taking his time, now he'll fire, and Seaton takes a strike 0-1. Racer student section still going strong, trying to will their guys into a big-time rally.
It's rally time, that's all you can say.
Get your rally caps on.
Get after it, guys.
Misses up and away. That's kind of the beauty of baseball, though. I mean, there's no clock. You get your outs.
Well, as they get older,
take it one at a time.
There's a pitching clock. There's a between inning clock.
Yeah.
I did a little
Very
college.
true.
Did a little college ball, and I didn't like it because we had to keep it on a stopwatch.
1-2 after that foul ball.
The smaller colleges didn't have a clock like the bigger schools.
But just because the game clock is just outs, there's always a small party that's always kind of like, well, maybe. There's no clock. There's no
supposed to clean.
It's not
speed up the game.
In football, or you're down. As that ball goes in, mid-Seaton got. I don't know how he got away with that 2-2. Football, you're down, or basketball, you're down. 20 with 30 seconds left. It's over. There's nothing you can do. But in baseball, because there's no clock, you're always like, maybe.
I've
you
seen
string
teams
some hits together. It's like, who knows?
10, 11 points behind.
Yeah.
And
you never know.
Other team comes back and.
The other team knows it too. As the 2-2 pitch misses down and in, there's no clock to save you. You got to go get those outs. It's kind of the nice part of it. Tennis the same way. You can be getting crushed, but there's no clock. It's like you got to go get those points. So the count runs full here on Seaton. One more bad one. You have 2 guys on for Shanuel. So you're down 6, but you got to start it somewhere, and they're off to a good start here. Full count. Got him looking. 13th strikeout for Falon. That was a big one.
Yeah, he threw his bat a little early.
So Falon is sat down, and that'll bring up Jackson Shanuel. Shanuel's 1 for 3 today. Hit into a double play, struck out swinging, and doubled. He'll try and keep the game alive. 1 out and a man on first base. Behind him, Big Taj Smith, who had the highlight of this game in that absolute moonball homer he hit earlier. First pitch to Shanuel's in there for a strike, 0-1. After the game, stay tuned. Tom and I will kind of wrap it up, give our final thoughts on this one, and we'll look ahead to tomorrow on OSN, as the baseball coverage is not done just yet. More to come tomorrow as the pitch misses low and away, 1-1.
He's another big guy, got that high strike zone, but it's a long strike zone.
Fouled off, 1-2. 13 strikeouts for Falon today.
Not a bad little pitcher.
He's gotten hit a couple times. Obviously, the Taj Smith homer, 3 runs off him, but for the most part, he's been really good. 1-2 is just got a piece of that one. Did Shane able to stay alive? Contemporary Family Dentistry, foul ball. Continuing to fight. 9-3 Blanchard here in the bottom of the 7th. Closing in on 11:30 at night on a Thursday. I'm all messed up on the time. It doesn't feel, I'm very tired, so from that perspective it does. As another strikeout, Shanuel goes down swinging. That's 14 for Falon. Mercy. And they're down to their final out with Big Taj. Taj Smith.
There you go.
119.
Oh, how about that? So he's had 119 pitches,
Might as
which
well keep
means he
pitching.
can finish it, right? He can do one more batter.
Sure.
The way the pitch count, and you're the umpire, so you would know correctly, but
Whoa.
120, right? If you start the at-bat by 120, you can finish it, right?
That's the way it's supposed to be, but we don't track that. That's not something that umpires have to do. We're thankful for that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I like the rule, the way it's set up, because you got to, if you pitch so many, you got to wait so many days to get back in the rotation.
Right.
I've seen coaches wear kids out, and I hate to see it.
So Falon at 119 pitches. He's got one more batter to play with here because he'll hit that 120 mark after this one, obviously. And he can go for the complete game right here, but he's got to get through Big Taj Smith. Just a junior is Taj, so he'll be back next year, both on the gridiron as well as the diamond. 1-0 in there for strike 1-1. One pitch from Falon. Pitch number 122 of the night. In there for a strike 1-2. And one more strike will send Blanchard to the state semifinals tomorrow against Chickasha. On pitch number 123, can Falon finish the job? Ripped down the right field line, and it's fair. That's Taj Smith as he pounds that into the right field corner. They'll hold the runner at third. It's a double for Taj, and Newcastle not going to go down without a fight. So a laser beam double down the right field line for Taj Smith, and that's going to be it for Falon, as he's going to come up 1 out short of the complete game, as they're going to have to make a change here in some fashion. We'll see what Blanchard elects to do.
Yeah, they got to have some kind of closure they're going to have in there.
Let's see who comes on. Looks like it is going to be a brand new pitcher altogether. What number?
No, I think he's just congratulating him. Yeah, maybe he is going out.
I think he's going in.
It's 24, I believe.
So it'll be number 24 for the Lions, which, as I shuffle through my papers, is Ben Hefner, a senior. All right, so Hefner is going in to play defense. The pitcher is going to be Corrick Pierce, the third baseman. The third baseman slides over, and presumably Hefner would take his place at third, but they may shuffle around. So Hefner is going to come in to play defense. Corrick Pierce is going to be your pitcher coming in to close the game. So runners on second and third, 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the new pitcher is Corrick Pierce. He will face Ryder Gibson, who started this game on the mound for Newcastle. Gibson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk in this game. Like we said, we'll be back at it right away tomorrow. Josh Calloway, myself, Jared Price, and looking like Jordan Ray. The three of us will all be at Edmond Santa Fe once again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Carl Albert and Collinsville, 5A semi. Hope you tune in for that one. That's going to be a really fun baseball game tomorrow. And over there at the great facilities at Edmond Santa Fe is the Titans, the defending champions in 5A, looking to get back to the title game on Saturday. So I hope you tune in. Look for us on the air about 10:50 or so. Set the scene. We'll go lineups and we'll go first pitch. Should be a fun one tomorrow at Edmond Santa Fe. Look forward to that. So Pierce says he's ready to go. Gibson heads toward the box to try and prolong this game a little bit longer for the Racers.
Yeah, it's now or never.
Quite literally, 2 outs. You gotta, no more. Everyone's got to reach until you're tied.
Yeah. Ryder Gibson got a lot of pressure on him right now, but
Gibson just a sophomore. He started this game on the mound for Newcastle. So Gibson ready to go. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Blanchard leading Newcastle 9-3. Ground ball foul off the third base side. 0-1.
Yeah, Ty Smith, he pretty light on his feet for a.
He can move pretty good
for a big guy.
Yeah, for the big guy.
I can say I love big guys.
Boy, his 2 hits tonight, the home run and that double, both. We don't have the benefit of exit velo here at Noble, but solid numbers on both of them. He turned on both of those. It'll be a fun one to watch next year as well. 0-1. Pitch comes in low, 1-1. Be interesting to see this baseball program next year as well with that 5A move. Affects all sports, right, Jordan? The move for next year. Not necessarily. Moving in football, 1-1 is outside, 2-1.
Yeah, he didn't really hesitate on that. That was when they could have called a balk.
And he'll ask for some new baseballs. Well, the home plate umpire. So a short little meeting at the mound there for Vaughn McIntyre with the pitcher Corrick Pierce. Fallon almost finished this game, but hit the pitch count number just before to get that final out as Tosh Smith turned on one for a double. Second, third, 2 outs here, 2-1 count on Ryder Gibson. Misses low, 3-1. It's an old cliche. What's that hardest out to get? That last one. And it's proven to be a bit of a challenge here for Blanchard. Newcastle not going to just give it away.
Being an umpire, you're waiting on a run rule or you're waiting on that final out.
Yeah.
Sometimes your partner will say something between innings. We only got one more.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. That goes foul.
Fouled off the right side. So, again, we're a strike away. Contemporary Family Dentistry foul ball. And the Lions are a strike away again from moving to the semifinals tomorrow. Should Gibson reach, Caden Longman will get an opportunity with the bases loaded. If he walked, I should say. If he reaches, he will get an opportunity. 3-2, 2 outs. Pierce trying to finish the job for Blanchard. That ball's turned on by Gibson
Nice
into
hit.
left center. It will be caught on a diving catch in deep center field. Brayson Carter lays out. What a way to finish it.
That might make SportsCenter.
That
was a great catch.
Spectacular. Catch out in deep left center. See if we can get another look at that. Not quite, just quite chopping it off, but a fantastic diving catch in deep left center by Carter to end the ball game as the Blanchard Lions are on to the semifinals tomorrow. a stellar performance, and they win it 9-3. Final thoughts for you, Tom, on this one. Obviously, Blanchard. It was a fun game, very competitive game, back and forth. Right. Obviously, a one-run game in the 6th inning. A lot of emotion, and Blanchard just a little bit better, I guess, today.
That's, all you can say, and they were getting the hits.
Yeah, the big swings, yeah. The 2-out hitting.
Yes,
huge.
And you brought that up. That was a little pattern we got to see, and they kept doing it.
Yeah. Thank our sponsors here one more time. The title sponsor for today's game was Community Bank of Oklahoma. We really appreciate them. Again, to do these playoff games, you need sponsorships, these state tournament games, so we really appreciate them. Our strikeout sponsor, or our foul ball sponsor, today was Contemporary Family Dentistry. A big thank you to them as well. And then the last one, which was our strikeout sponsor, Focus Federal Credit Union. These are all great sponsors during the football season for Newcastle football as well, so we really appreciate them. They are good friends of the Oklahoma Sports Network, so thank you to those sponsors again. Final score one more time. Newcastle falls to Blanchard 9-3. The Lions are on to the semifinals tomorrow to face Chickasha. The other semifinal will be Tuttle taking on Marlowe. As for us, myself, Jared Price, Jordan Ray, we'll see you tomorrow back in Edmond for Carl Albert and Collinsville in the 5A semis. That's an 11 a.m. first pitch tomorrow at Edmond Santa Fe. On the air about 10:50 or so as we set the scene from Edmond for what should be a fun one tomorrow. Tom, it's great as always.
Yep, it's fun.
Till next time, Blanchard wins it 9-3. We'll see you tomorrow in the 5A semis. For Jordan Ray and Tom Carpenter, I'm Josh Calloway. We'll see you guys next time on the Oklahoma Sports Network,
where sports is our middle name.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.